Hi folks, how are we going? Today we're going to be doing a mad dash from resources. I'll just throw that out there right now. Long story short, I'm trying to use the resources that I have on this planet. I like to use what I've got and then we'll expand. As a result of that, I realised that we're actually really running out of kind of iron and copper quicker than I expected us to be doing so. But more importantly than that, our silicon plates that we were producing, well, there's none in storage. And we don't really seem to have an awful lot in transit either. So what we're going to be doing is going off to where the silicon plates were being manufactured and have a look what is going on over there and see if we can do something about it, because we're going to be needing those silicons and we don't seem to have any. So got to find out what's going on and see if we can increase it. Okay, so this is where we sort of started out. High purity silicon and our titanium. So when we started this out, obviously we weren't using the lots, but obviously we've expanded a bit more, so we're going to be using quite a bit more. So to have a quick look around to see what we're doing, yeah, at the minute not too much. We can upgrade the belts. No, we can't, because we've only got straight to level 3 belts. That's something that I hope that they bring in a little bit later, is a way that you can go from a level 1 to a level 3 belt, for example. That'd be really handy for us, but we can just throw that down right now. And also we can run these out. Now what I'm thinking here, brought a few smelters with us, so what we can potentially look at doing is just smelting a whole lot of this stuff, just to get it going and sort of get us up moving in the right direction. And in fact we can do that. We'll take the box out because we're not going to be needing that, because we need to get on with this smelting stuff. And then we will get the smelters and just throw them down, really. What I will be doing, if I can, I will look at trying to get more silicon mines up so that we're pumping out more silicon, so that all of these are fed pretty well. And I've just realised in order to do that I need some iron ore, so just have to trot over to a vine and pick some up. And this will help us build our mines, wherever the mines are at. There. Now annoyingly, if we look at this map of this planet, we don't have any more silicon mines close by. And in fact, there's not an awful lot of silicon on this one anyway. Okay. Hopefully, we've got some more over on this one. No, we do not. So that's going to be fun. So we need to research the technology that we can get away from here, because we need to start exploring bigger and wider. I'm still going to run out of silicon really quickly, which is not going to be good for us. We've only got 1 million on here, so this is going to rinse real quick. So we need to unlock this, I think. And then that'll hopefully help us unlock this drive engine, which will allow mecha warps. And hopefully that'll be able to get us 3 different solar systems or something. So we'll have to see what that actually will unlock. But for now, we'll just absolutely rinse this of all the silicon that's available, if possible. We'll just plug these live and direct into here. Probably not the smartest thing to do. So that's hopefully got us a bit more silicon pumping out anyway, so that these bad boys will be able to start firing out some plates. What do they actually do? So they produce 30 a minute. So what's that? 1 a second, 2 a second, 3 a second, 4 a second, 5 a second, 6 a second. All being well. And obviously there is also the transport time in that as well. But hopefully 6 a second will see us through. Or at least it should start to build us up. And of course, we don't actually need the box either, because this mad lad is good for storage anyway. So that's better. That's throwing them in there. That's a lot more useful for us. We can look at doing the same thing with the titanium plates as well. They don't need to do anything special. They can just go straight into the good old logistics. I mean, we're all right for titanium plates at the minute back at home, but you just know there's going to be a time, don't you? So hopefully that'll do that. That'll sort that out. Okay, cool. Super smashing great. So the other thing that we could do is looking at like iron ore and copper. So we'll take the iron ore, being as that's right here, and I think we'll go up the top and round, plug it in, and if conveyors allow, we'll just literally just run this up and round here. we'll just plug this nice and easy, a badoosh, straight in here. And that'll give us a nice steady flow of iron ore. Nothing too crazy. We've still got others on our home planet, so we don't really want to be rinsing out. But when it comes to iron ore, I think we're going to go to the planet that we put all of our power on in the other episode, because if we can find it, here we go. Look at this thing over here. Look at these. This has got 21 million iron ore and copper. This is going to be perfect. Also got 12 million titanium, which is pretty helpful. But again, no silicon. So we've got to find a way that we can do something about that with our silicon. But our gravitational wave thing and the research is doing pretty well. So that's going to be handy. These are absolutely eating the silicon. So that is also good. We've got somewhere that we need to be now. We do have stone already set up just in case of emergency. I do like that. That's pretty handy for us. Base has changed a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. And I'll try and catch you guys up on what I'm trying to do. Okay, that's cool. So that lets us do warp technology. So this is going to start increasing the size of the sort of warehouse, if you like, the way that we're making stuff back on the planet. And that's something that I wanted to kind of talk through, because I don't think I've ever really been totally clear on what I want to do with this. It's been very fumbly because I am trying to play this, like, this is my first playthrough properly. I'm further in this playthrough than I am on ones that I was doing on my own without you guys looking on. So everything that we're discovering here on in is pretty much all new to me. But, right, what I'm saying is, so obviously, you know, the sort of basic layout of this stuff. We're making everything here, we're shipping it down, we're going over here. Now, currently we're coming out to the right-hand side. Now, the only problem with the right-hand side is we're going to the whole of the planet, which is making the room smaller and smaller and smaller. As I build, it starts to squeeze in. If we can bring up the building grid system, you guys will see that it narrows. And that's no good for us if we want to expand these lines down. Stuff starts to get squoze. So what I want to do, and it's taken me a lot longer than I expected, I'm going to foundation all of this area towards the equator so that this opens up. And we're going to move all of this stuff from this side onto this side, just so that it helps with what I was saying before about wanting to expand it down the line. Now, I'm not going to bore you guys with that. I'm not going to do that on a video because there's going to be a lot of deleting and rebuilding. You guys don't need to see that. So that's for this bit. And then the other side of it is where it all starts, so when all the ore comes in. And this is kind of where we're at right now. So this is literally just going to be where my copper and my iron ore come in. At the minute, we're using this. So this is bringing us some iron ore. It's not bringing us any copper right now. We don't have any copper further away, but it's bringing us some iron ore in from other planets that we've already got set up and running. So I want to kind of keep my iron here and my copper here, which is going to give me this space, like I don't know how much of the space, to build our basic smelters. So that we've got iron ingots, magnets, and then the copper. And that's basically all we really need there, and it all funnels down into its various systems. Now, what I was currently doing before I decided to record was squeeze all the gaps up with these boxes because they were quite spread out, because I'm going to give myself a bit more room for things like these guys. They're all kind of fighting for resources, so it'd be nice to widen the gaps out a little bit. If there's one thing that I'm pretty bad at, is I like to try and keep things compact when they don't need to be. Like, this game has literally got worlds upon worlds. I don't need to try and keep it all compact, so if I can spread it out, that'll be super beneficial for me anyway. I didn't really take into account the sort of demand that I was putting on my iron supplies versus what it's actually receiving. So that's an interesting sticking point, but you don't make mistakes, you don't learn, right? So I've currently got a few little iron mines dotted around everywhere that are feeding back, but we could do with a few more. So ultimately what we're going to do, again, we're going to get ourselves a tech ready, and we're going to go back to the other planet that's got all the solar panels on it, and we're going to start building sort of an iron mine to start ferrying iron back over here, because I don't want to be running out. If I can keep this thing fed, then we should be good. While we're here as well, we'll look at what we've just unlocked in this warp drive thing, so that we know how to build it. So it takes these strange little, what are these, green lenses? Ooh, okay. So that uses diamond and this stuff that we don't have in production. But then in order to build that, we need this. My Gosh, that takes a lot of green motors. Everything takes a lot of green motors these days. So we've got to up our green motors and the graphene, but that'll also do it on green blocks. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know what green blocks take. Haven't unlocked those yet, for a very good reason, I suppose, and that's... I've been stumbling over everything. So we still need to build the lenses anyway. So we've got a lot that we need to unlock. That's what we've got to find out. But basically, let's start at the very beginning. Do what we were going to do. Let's increase our iron supplies. That way, if we've got good iron supplies, we can start at the beginning and work our way through. So we've got to work for this before we run out of silicon. This could be fun. So as you can see, we've already got one set up, and there's like 1 million ore here. That's incredible. So what we can deduce from this is... this is kind of full, and for whatever reason it's not supplying anything. Maybe we should build some ships for this place. There's nothing stopping us right now turning this copper into plates here, actually. And it'll take some stress off of some space back at the base. So, actually, that's a good idea, that. I'm glad you guys are thinking. We'll do that. Awesome. So with these, we're looking at roughly something like 8 a second, I think it works out to be. Which is pretty handy. And I'm also aware that whilst we're here, we should take advantage of the fact that we've literally got 21 million copper and iron. But I got to go back and think about what I need to do, because what I haven't figured out yet is the travel time it takes for a ship to go from over here back to base kind of thing. So, completely agree. Production-wise, it'd make way more sense to sort of like build all the ingots, the magnets, the magnetic coils and the engines and stuff here, and then ship them back as a product over to the main base to keep it nice and chill. But in order to do that, I need to get some production in the first place. Okay, so then this side is going to be plates. This side that we've currently got the iron used to be running down. We're going to make that into copper ore. This is just to get rid of the copper ore because we had a bit in there, didn't we? So if we can bring it back and get rid of it, then all we've got to do is worry about the copper plates. So we're in here, we're like, yo, want you to be the ore. There we go, look. Hey, that corner is awesome. So really we've got to look at upping our motor output, and in order to up our motor output, we've got to up our magnetic coil output. In order to do that, we can do some assemblers, and we need a lot of carbon and a lot of processors. Keep calling it carbon, it's graphite. So we might have to up the number of smelters that we've got for this stuff, which is okay. Right, so that gives us a little bit more of a squarer idea of what we're doing. So the whole idea in this is to kind of give us a bit of space. So what we'll do is we'll move all of this down and see if we can run it off of a splitter, potentially. So what have we got? We've got 12. We've got a 6x6. So we could even do... How many can we fit in? So if we go for a mighty 10... Oh boy, you want output to go this way. The current output is there. So we've got that set up there, which means we can take these out here. Coolio. So what we're saying there is, feeds in from this way, feeds out from the bottom. Well, magnet production is exactly where we want it to be, in the fact that it's absolutely crammed everything up. Our plates are still kind of being used really, really well. No, we're not getting many go down to the storage. Actually, we're not getting any at all go down to the storage. So that has worked somewhat wonderfully well. We just got to try and get through this. Get rid of all this copper. I mean, I don't need to. I could just go over the top of it, put a foundation. I understand that, but I think while it's here, we might as well use it. In fact, I've just had a bit of a stellar brainwave, and I don't know how well it'd work. Hey, so you guys get the idea of this. I know it's a little short one today, but there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done, and I don't want to bore you guys with it. I'd rather do it and then come back and explain to you what's happened, because I've had a few little ideas as we're going through this, and we'll just have to see if it works or not, I guess. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. I don't know when it'll be, because this is going to take a lot of work to do, but yeah, catch you guys in a bit. Take it easy and bye for now. Bye, everybody. Bye, guys.